And today's horrific terror attack putting the entire world on edge. And as voters in Arizona and Utah hit the polling booths today, terror and the safety of Americans is one of the voters' biggest concerns. Just a short time ago, 2016 presidential candidate Ohio Governor John Kasich went on the record. Governor, nice to see you, sir.
Yes, nice to see you, Greta.
Governor,
terrible day.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's no surprise, though. I mean, we all expected this. We all expected it could happen tomorrow, and, could happen next week. If you were President of the United States, what could you do to try to alleviate the chances it's going to happen again and again?
Well, Greta, I think, first of all, that we need to really examine our vulnerabilities worldwide. I mean, in terms of all of us in the civilized world. And we need to take our intelligence experts and our military experts, and we need to be honest with one another as to where there are holes, and then we need to go and fill those holes. Secondly, there's any question that we need to move on military action in a coalition against ISIS, both in the air and on the ground, and we need to destroy them. And in addition to that, here at home, we have our joint terrorism task forces, made up of FBI, Homeland Security, state and local law enforcement, and they need to have the resources and the tools they need. And that's why the issue of encryption has risen to the level that it has, where maybe we're starting to see a resolution there. And then we all have to be vigilant. And so it's a number of things that have to be done, and we need to work together as a civilized world.
I know that you have said that President Obama should come home from South America. Why should he come home from South America? What difference would it make?
Well, because this is an attack on the heart of Europe, and the idea that we're just going to be kind of clever here and not try to draw attention, I think is a big mistake. If I were president, I would have come home. I probably would have finished my speech. I would have come home, and then I would have assembled my intelligence and military community. I would have spoken to all the world leaders, and then I would have sent my people to Europe to meet with their folks so that we could get in a position of where we could begin to understand exactly why we're not picking some of these things up and what is going wrong. Look, we know we don't have the strength and human intelligence that we need, and that is exactly why we cannot afford to alienate all the Muslims in the world who, by the way, are condemning this act of murder, in overwhelming numbers. We need to have the whole civilized world working together to share intelligence, to be able to stop these, to be able to preempt these attacks. And frankly, I think Europe in some ways has gotten behind the curve. To some degree, there's been radicalization over there. They have some rules and laws that have prevented the sharing of data that is critical. I mean, they're going to have to take a really hard review, and we're all going to have to work together. Because, Greta, when they die and bleed in Europe, a little bit of us dies and bleeds here in the United States of America.
Governor, thank you for joining us. Obviously, a very tough day for the world today. Thank you, Governor.
Thanks, Greta.